Another breaking news story for you guys as we are witnessing chaos at the heart of Heathrow Airport as security officers as well as passport control are planning a huge walkout. Okay, more developments later today. We are going to be waiting to get more reaction on this, but Heathrow Airport is going to be seeing more chaos again. Yeah, so as we've been seeing over the last few months, the trade unions have been causing a lot of trouble, and the government have actually came back and offered them a massive pay rise, 10%, over 10%, but apparently that's not good enough. So they've decided to affect ordinary people who have to fly to other places. Now, the issue with this is that they decided to collaborate. We have various branches at the same time planning this walkout, so it's well organized as a plot. But the problem is that it's going to backfire again on them, just like what happened during Christmas. So, about 1,400 security officers at Heathrow Airport will strike for 8 days in May. So that's basically from 4th of May to 6th of May, and then 9th of May to 10th of May for 2 days, and again 25th to the 27th of May. This is again the dispute over pay, causing inevitable disruption and delays to passengers arriving for the King's coronation. But it's not really just about the King's coronation, it's about everyday people who have to have the ability to have movement, but apparently they can't. So last night they attempted something like this. Was actually Easter. That didn't really do much. Christmas was actually surprisingly very smooth when Border Force decided to go on strike, because we had of course His Majesty's armed forces getting involved, and they did even a better job than the everyday Border Force control staff, and that was smooth. That was quite perfect. Now this time there's a bit of a heads up, so we have about a couple of weeks left. So I believe that the problem is that I don't really want to rely. We shouldn't rely on the armed forces to sacrifice their time, their life, and everything else just because everybody else is having a massive debate. Whether it's the government side, or the trade union side, or all the others who are basically causing disruption because they can't get around and negotiate properly. So, as you guys know, the dispute continues. Heathrow spokesperson said that we kept Heathrow running smoothly during the first 10 days of Unite's failed industrial action, and passengers can have confidence that we will do so again this time. We will not let Unite disrupt the flow of visitors to the UK during such an important period for the country. So that's one thing. I mean, one of the issues I have is that they are very confident that everything's going to be smooth, but this industrial action, this level, is collaborated. Is essentially they try to learn from the mistakes of the past, which was Easter and Christmas. So we can expect some disruption. Unless they're going to get all the army again, you're going to have disruption. So passport office strikes as well. In other developments, passport office staff are preparing to strike for 4 days at the start of next month in May. Now, the PCS union members in all the passport offices across the UK will walk out from the 2nd to the 6th of May in a row over pay, pensions, redundancies, terms and jobs and everything else. Now, I got lucky because a few weeks ago when I went to Benidorm in Spain, and actually I did a couple of live streams from there for you guys, as I returned to Gatwick Airport, unfortunately, the machine that you put the scanner for the passport, it kind of broke my passport. It got ripped. So the passport control in Gatwick took away my passport. So I had to request a new one and renew it. And it happened literally on the first day of one of the strikes that they were doing for their home office passport control. But I got lucky. I found one of the passport officers in London that actually got it done smoothly. I had to pay extra, but we got it in within a week. And I'm actually going on holiday again in Cyprus next week. So I'm lucky because literally by the time I come back the next day, that's when the airports are going to be disrupted and passport control. So I'm one individual who got lucky, but there's going to be so many people who won't have the privilege or the timing or the coincidence. And this is going to be quite problematic. And I don't really want to take sides, but we know that the trade unions have their own agenda. They're not going to be happy. Even if you give them 20% pay rise, they're going to continue to have more demands. And there are ordinary workers who also, obviously, everyone's suffering because of the cost of living crisis, even in the private sector. In the private sector, they can't go on strikes. They have to go ahead with what they're doing or change their jobs. But the public sector, they don't like to change jobs, so they just want to stay in one place, and that's the issue. So they demand the pay rise. And again, we have to sort something out. The inflation must come down, and we have to sort out the economic environment in our country. The government also needs to be slightly less arrogant about this, but the trade unions have their own agenda. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.